Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we got this big thunderstorm going over the top of the house here in the panhandle of Florida. Florida is prone to thunderstorms, and I apologize if the live stream went dead on everybody suddenly. And I warned you guys that this was going to happen, okay? I warned you that we were going to have a power outage. But now I've been able to reconnect to the computer and continue the live stream. So hopefully you'll come back and continue the discussion. And I apologize. It's a bad storm out there, guys. I lost power to the house for 15 minutes. And Cecilia Hammer, welcome back, Diego. Thank you. Living in Florida is hazardous. It's dangerous living here. M.R. Nahas, welcome back, Mr. Diego. Thank you. Pete B, hi, Diego. Pete, how are you? I was in the middle of a live stream, our 11 o'clock live stream, and after 15 minutes, this big storm is still out there, came over the top of the house and took out my electricity. How about that? I had no electric. But then it came back on, and the storm is still out there, so hopefully it goes away. And Karina in Colombia is probably wondering what the heck happened to her future husband. Nancy Fanilda. Hi, Diego. Nancy. How is Nancy? Come on, guys. Let's get back into this. And we're going to continue the live stream. And hopefully this storm doesn't knock out my electricity again. And Karina is probably in Colombia saying, you know what? You know what? I don't like this weather in Florida. It's not good. In fact, yesterday, I think it was yesterday, there was a person killed by a tree in Pensacola, just down the road, by a bad storm. Shane P. Hi, Diego. I'm Pete B. fiance. Oh, Shane P. Okay, so you're the fiance to Pete B. Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us here. You, Cecilia Hammer. Diego, I'm a Cameroonian beneficiary. Okay, Cameroon, beautiful Cameroon. And my birth certificate was filed in French. We'll have to translate it. Yes, you got to get your French birth certificate translated into English by a certified translator. Okay. Now there's a company called the Spanish Group. They're in California. Okay. They're a great company. They don't pay me to say this. Okay. This is a free channel, free advice for you guys. But the company, the Spanish Group in California, asks your sponsor to send your sponsor, email your sponsor your birth certificate, and have him translate it into English for you, and then get the certification, and then you'll be good to go for the embassy interview. Let's see here. Nancy, how long is case number? We still waiting 37 days. It takes about 90 to 100 days to get a case number, Nancy. When you get your NOA2 letter in your hand, it takes between 65 to 110 days, right in there. So you got the next part of the wait, okay? The next part, 3 months. Isaac Medrano. Hey, this is Isaac. Hi, Isaac. And your fiance is Julia from Brazil, beautiful Brazil. Karina has family in Brazil. It's Portuguese, right? You speak Portuguese in Brazil. We sent the paperwork on August 2022. What paperwork? You sending the K1 visa August 2022? Okay. So if that's what I'm thinking, then by August of 2023, a couple of months, you'll get your NOA2 letter. You're almost at the end for you guys. Mr. Nahas, in June 2022, filers on boat, or they still on beach waiting and waiting. We're waiting. We're in the same boat, guys. We're still waiting for our welcome letter. Just wait it out. Yeah, just wait it out. Happy. Put a smile on your face and say, okay, another day closer. Niwa Rachel. Hey, Diego. How are you? Doing great, Niwa. Thank you. April Flower, if you can't attend the interview with your fiance, how will they get the original documents needed for the interview? You got to mail it to them, April Flower. DHL, FedEx, UPS. DHL is what I recommend. From the United States, if you're going to send something overseas, use DHL. The U.S. government uses DHL for immigration paperwork. If they trust them, I trust them. You got to mail it to them. Or get on a plane and bring it to them and wait outside of the embassy for the interview to get over with. Okay, bring it to them or send it to them. Isaac Medrano, K1 visa. Okay, no problem. Cecil Hema. Hi, Diego. Please, can you give me the address of the translator? It's a website. Go to www.spanishgroup.com. www.spanishgroup.com. It's a website. Click on the website, and on the website, you can upload your birth certificate, send it to this company. They'll translate it for you into English with a certification, which is recognized by immigration, and then they will then email it back to you and send you a hard copy if you want. But it's a website, www.spanishgroup.com. Teja Sweeney Mumadi, is DHL cheaper? It doesn't matter if it's cheaper or not cheaper. The most important thing is to get the documents to your beneficiary. So I don't know what the prices are. I know it's probably going to be a little expensive to use any courier service to ship overseas. It's not cheap. That's why that's why USCIS don't ship documents every day. Okay, they ship every 2 weeks to the MVC because it's expensive. Niwa Rochelle, still waiting for NOA 2. Oh, hang in there, you'll get it. Tejaswini Mumadi, when do we send the original documents to our fiance? First of all, you got to check to make sure the edition date on the I-134 hasn't expired. So I would send it a month or 2 months before. Once you get the MVC welcome letter, that's when I would send it. Once you get the welcome letter from the MVC, start sending stuff. Karen Aga Jahan, hi dear, I've been following you past 10 months. Well, thank you. Thank you for your updates. No problem. We're glad to help. Our case is June 8th, 2022. When should I expect USCIS NOA 2? I would say this month or next month, somewhere between now and the end of next month, Karen. And thanks for watching the channel for 10 months. I hope you learned a lot of stuff. Niwa Rachel, how's Karina? Karina is doing fantastically well. She probably wondered what happened to the live stream when it suddenly went blank. Because there's a storm, there's a tropical storm here, and my phone is blowing up telling me there's a tropical storm. And I said, well, you do. I know. I can hear it. It's right here. So hopefully we keep power. The electricity stays connected for a little bit longer. Let's see. Hardeep Kaur. Hello, sir. Well, hello, Hardeep. Shane P. I used your information to make a checklist to go to the interview. Good. I went over prepared. Very good. Be over prepared. I'm very excited to be with my fiance, Pete B. Shane P. Fantastic. This is excellent news. I'm glad you were able to use the information on your YouTube channel. This is your channel, guys. Okay. It's all for you so that you can get your visas and get over here without any RFEs or problems or delays. Teja Sweeney Mumadi, how is Karina? She's doing good. She's at work right now. Karina's the manager of a ice cream store in Bogota. And I can't wait for her to make some cakes for me. Shane P, thank you, Diego. No problem, Shane P. Hardy Kaur, sir, please tell me, our case is now November 14th, 2022. When should Pete B? Oh, super chat. Pete, seriously, we're gonna eat like kings because of you guys. And you are a number one fan. Pete B is a super chat. Thank you. Number one fan. Let me see. I got a question. Let me get to it. Our case is Hardeep Kaur. Our case is November 14th, 2022. Okay? So the waiting is difficult. Okay? But you got to get through it. You got to get through it. You can't be moping around. And you should be hearing from immigration by November of this year. Hopefully right before Christmas. You'll get it. You get it, let's say, the first week of December. Okay? Now, hang in there. Don't sweat this. You're going to get it. You qualify for the benefit. You'll get it. You got to stay busy. The secret to surviving this, this difficult process is staying busy, staying occupied. I'm in Florida, okay, and Karina's in Colombia, okay. We don't like being apart from each other, but it is what it is. And so what we're going to do is we're going to pull you guys over the finish line and help you get through it, okay? Now, I was in the middle of a question when the power went out, and it is important that you include your medical exam and your vaccination status, vaccination records, with your adjustment of status paperwork. Okay, you got to do that. You have to include it. If you don't, you're going to get an RFE, and then your green card is going to be slowed up, 2 months or whatever. So, make sure you include. Watch the video I made on what to include in the adjustment of status paperwork. It'll help you. It'll prevent you getting stuck in an RFE. Antonio, it's people on the Facebook group showing that they was approved in like 6 or 7 months without expediting the process. Well, either they're telling a big story, or they're telling a big story, okay? Or they were military, okay? And even then you have to expedite. So it is not possible to get a K-1 visa approved in 6 months right now. Now, maybe November, December, January 2024, possibly. Right now, impossible. So I would say this to those folks: wish them well, and tell them, how did you do that? Ask them, how did you do that? Have them explain it. Hardeep Kaur, really thank you, sir. No problem, Hardeep. We're here for you. Everybody watching this is all in this together. We're all in the same boat, and we're all going to work together to get through this process. Everly Anderson, hey Diego, thanks for all your guidance. No problem, much appreciated. As usual, the embassy interview date for my K1 and K2 is at the end of the first week in August, and working with the flow. There you go. Go with the flow. August is a good time. That's a good time to go. And then remember, your K1 visa, the clock, when it expires, is good for 6 months. The clock will start ticking on the day of your medical exam. All right. And then when you get to America, you have got how long to get married? 90 days, not 3 months. Don't go 3 months. 3 months, okay, could be 92 days. Okay, 90 days. You got to count the clock, count the days. That's when you count days. Between when you file the K-1 visa to the welcome letter, you don't count days. You just wait. But when you get in America, then you have your wedding plan, then you count days. Everly Anderson, just letting you know that your guidance is very much appreciated. Well, we appreciate it. Karina and I want to see all you folks get your green cards, get your K-1 visas, get in America, and start your lives together. Vishal Goyal, greetings from India. Okay, India. Now you're going to go to Mumbai for your K-1 visa adjudication. In Mumbai, the consulate. Don't go to New Delhi. The embassy, our embassy in India, is in New Delhi. Okay, but you don't go there for the K-1 visa. You go to the consulate, which is in Mumbai. June 7th is your NOA2. Should I get my police clearance certificate right now? I'll wait because it's only valid for 6 months. No, Vishal, your police certificate is good for 2 years. I don't care what the date says on your police certificate. The U.S. State Department put out a directive saying it's good for 2 years. So don't worry about it saying 6 months. Just like on your NOA2 letter, it says your visa is good for 4 months. Disregard that. Your visa is not under any time constraint in 4 months, okay? Immigration, understand this is a slow process. It's a slow process. So your NOA2 letter is good until you get in front of the case to face with the embassy officer. So disregard the 4 months. If it says your police certificate is good for 6 months, it's good for 2 years. So what I recommend you guys do is get your police certificates when you get your welcome letter from the MVC, and then you got time to start the other stuff. Unless you are trying to get a police certificate from Hong Kong. Now, let's suppose you're a Filipino that worked in Hong Kong. it's tough getting a police certificate from Hong Kong. So you should start getting that as soon as you can. As soon as you get the NOA2 letter. Let's see. Antonio, if me and my beneficiary is expecting a baby, does that automatically guarantee approval? No. Antonio, it doesn't guarantee anything. Okay. It guarantees you're going to be a papa. You're going to be a dad. Okay. And it guarantees that your baby will be a U.S. citizen automatically. But it doesn't guarantee you're going to get the K-1 visa. But I would have to say that 100% of all beneficiaries who are pregnant with their American citizen sponsor get their K-1 visas. Okay. But it's not a guarantee. It doesn't speed up the process either. Okay. Let's see here. LK, hello. After getting marriage license, are you still on the 90 days? Yes. Yes. Or can you adjust the status? You can adjust the status anytime you want, but I don't recommend you do that. I recommend you adjust the status within the 90-day time frame of the I-94. So you get your green card and social security number quicker. But once you get your marriage license, the time is still ticking. The clock is still ticking. You have to get married. Okay. You get married and you got your marriage license in your hand that you are married. Now, there's the marriage license where you apply to get married, and then you get married, then you get the marriage license saying you are married. Once you are married, you can adjust your status whenever you want to, but if you get it within 90 days, your green card and social security number will be processed that much quicker. And Pete B, #1 fan, high five again, Pete B, for that super sticker. Appreciate you. It's a super chat. Come on, guys, throw me some questions. Having a baby, okay, doesn't speed up the process. Getting pregnant doesn't speed up the process, okay? The only time being pregnant would speed up the process if there's a medical condition that requires urgent attention that can only be handled in the United States. Then that could be a reason for an expedite. But being in a normal pregnancy doesn't change the visa process. Antonio, okay, there you go. Yeah, Antonio, there's no way somebody in a Facebook group got their K-1 visa in 7 months. Impossible. Okay? It's impossible. So what's going on? Is everybody having a good Sunday so far? Other than the fact that a lightning storm just took out the power at my house for 15 minutes, totally disrupted the live stream. Everybody probably wondered what happened to Diego, including my beautiful Prometida in Bogota. But we're back, and we're back to questions and answers. Let's see here. Let's talk about, okay. James Wright, MVC does a background check on the fiance, on the sponsor. The background check is done with the police certificate. Okay, so that's done in the home country. The MVC does a background check on the sponsor, which is me. Okay, they'll do their FBI check. Antonio, it's a bad thunderstorm here too in North Louisiana. Ooh, it's all over the place. It's this hot weather. Okay, now, who wants to get a work permit? Let me explain to you about a work permit. A work permit, you get married, and your beneficiary, he or she wants to start work and she wants to get a job. Okay, so you think, okay, let me pay immigration for a work permit, which is an EAD card. Here's what's happening. You're paying all this money, copious amounts of dollars for this work permit, and they get the work permit in the mail, and then 2 weeks later, they get their green card, which you paid copious amounts of money for. Do you think it's really worth getting a work permit that you can use for 2 weeks or a month before getting your green card? To me, it's not worth it. When Karina gets to America, we're gonna do the adjustment of status. Are we going to apply for a work permit? No, it's a waste of money. Are we going to apply for advanced parole? No. Karina's not going to travel without her green card, and there's no reason to. So that will save us a ton of money on visa processing fees. Zoila Molina, I am here in Miami eating a delicious pan de bono. Great. Ooh, it sounds good. LK, can you tell me about court marriage requirements and the process? Sure, LK. You go to the courthouse. The beneficiary has his or her passport. You don't have any other ID, so you have a passport to identify the person. You get the marriage license. In some states, you got to wait 3 days or whatever before you can get married, and then you fill out the paperwork for the marriage license, pay the fee to the clerk of the court, wait the 3 or 4 days before you can get married, and then get married. Boom. Get your wedding officiant to marry you. And then the wedding officiant will sign the marriage certificate, and then he or she or you will take it back to the courthouse, and they will register your marriage with the government, the state you live in. In our case, Karina is in Florida, so we'll register the marriage right here. And then we'll get a copy of the marriage certificate, get it certified by the clerk of the court, and that will be included in the adjustment of status paperwork. If you don't include the marriage license in the adjustment of status paperwork, you're going to get an RFE. Where is it? Did you guys get married or what? It's easy, very easy. LK, do you understand? Birth certificate isn't going to satisfy the officer for the ID. You got to have a picture ID. Passport is good. And Antonio, good question. LK, that's our plan. Okay, Antonio, that's great. Yeah, what Karina and I are gonna do. Karina gets off the plane with me in Miami with Tokyo, our cat. We rent a car, drive home. Then we both go into the courthouse or to the government buildings down the street, 10 minutes away, 15 minutes away. And I apply for the marriage license. I think I do that online actually. And then I go in and pay for it. And then I wait 3 days, and then I call Captain Bill. Hey, Captain Bill, we're getting ready to get married. Are you free? And then we schedule the day. And then I send out a message to all of our friends, hey guys, we're going to get married on Navarre Beach on this day at this time. Don't forget to be there. And then we'll get married. Captain Bill signs the marriage license, marriage certificate. And then he'll then return it in to the county courthouse, or I can do it. I'll turn it in and then get the certified copy. And we're going to take copious amounts of pictures at the wedding. And then Karina and I will go on our honeymoon. And we were thinking about going to Los Angeles, but I was studying up on Los Angeles, and I'm thinking I'm going to probably change that and we're going to change that. Not that we don't dislike Los Angeles. We love Los Angeles. Okay. But, right now we're going to probably change that to someplace else. Francois Livingstone. Hi, Diego. Hey, Francois. Antonio, why do the marriages at the courthouse? Who does the marriage at the courthouse? Well, you can get a wedding officiant, or you can ask a government official. Every courthouse has a government official that are authorized to conduct marriages. Okay, and down here in Santa Rosa County, I could get a courthouse official to do the wedding if I wanted to. But we got Captain Bill. He's authorized to do it. So we got Captain Bill. Sharon Lard. If I come from Scotland and get married in the USA, do I automatically have dual citizenship in both countries? No, you don't automatically get it. But you get U.S. citizenship after 3 years. After 3 years that you get married to your American citizen sponsor, you get married, you're going to get a green card. You get a 2-year green card. On the 2-year green card, there's going to be an issue date in the bottom right-hand corner of the green card. Okay. 2 years from that date, you have to lift the conditions on your 2-year green card and get your 10-year green card. Then you're going to get a new green card with an issue date on it. And then 1 more year from there, you can apply for U.S. citizenship. So after 3 years of being happily married to an American citizen, from the issue date of your 2-year green card is when you can apply for U.S. citizenship. It's not automatic, but you keep your Scottish citizenship, and once you become an American citizen, you have American citizenship. LK, probate court. You can go to a probate court. They may have somebody authorized to conduct weddings there. Sure. Why not? Vina Bob. Hey, Diego. Good day. My NOA2 was April 12th, 2023. Very good. When should I expect to hear from the MVC? Okay, guys, everybody tell Venner Bob, when is he going to hear from the MVC? Come on, write it out there for him. I've been telling you guys this. Tell Venner Bob. Okay, I'll give you 3 seconds. And then, okay, 1, 2, 3. Venner Bob, you got about 90-day wait now. It's about 90 days. 3 months between NOA2 and the welcome letter at the National Visa Center. Francois Livingstone, August. Ooh, the lights flickered, guys. Please don't lose power. Let's see here. No, so you don't become an automatic American citizen. You have to apply for it using the form N400. You got to pay for that too. And you have to be in America for 3 years. And from the issue date of your green card. Joe Atala. Hello, Diego. Is there an officiant in the House court, or we need to know someone if we want to get married in the court? How does it work? Yeah, every courthouse in America, in every county, they have wedding officiants that can conduct marriages. If you don't know anybody, just go to the courthouse and say, and ask the question. I would email them. If you guys are concerned about putting together wedding plans, here's what I would do. Email the courthouse in your town or your city or your county or your parish and say, hey, question. Dear sir, dear ma'am, I am in the middle of a K-1 visa process, and I would like to get married at the courthouse. Who is your wedding officiant? I don't have a wedding date yet because we're still waiting for the K-1 visa to get adjudicated, but we're planning ahead. Please identify who your wedding officiant is. They will email you back with that information. You then print that email as evidence of wedding plans. Okay, you got that, guys. So that's how you do it. And when you go to the courthouse with your beneficiary, your beautiful fiance, to get married, to get the paperwork processed, she has to bring, or he has to bring, his or her passport from her foreign country. So Karina and I will jump in the car here in Santa Rosa County, drive down to the government office. And she will have her passport with her to enable her to get the wedding license. And we're going to both have to sign this and sign that. And then Captain Bill, our wedding officiant, will do his signing of his part. And then we'll turn it in to the government office. And then they will register the marriage with the county, which is good for the whole state of Florida. Antonio, I'm surprised you said parish only. Louisiana have parishes. Yeah, Louisiana has parishes, and Florida has counties, and there's districts. Washington, D.C. is a district, and Louisiana has parishes. New Orleans is a beautiful place. I've been to New Orleans plenty of times. Went to Metairie, drove on I-10 through New Orleans. What a fantastic experience that was. Nick Palomo, do we need I-94 any point for any previous entries in the U.S.? Yes, Nick Palomo. If your beneficiary came to the United States on vacation on a B2 tourist visa, you have to include the I-94s from past visits to the United States. And that's going to be a question on the DS-160. DS-160 is going to ask you, have you been into the United States before? Yes. Boom. There you go. It's easy process, guys. Don't overthink it. Jacob, I'm back. Welcome back, Jacob. The house got terminated by alien intruders. I lost power for 15 minutes because a big thunderstorm hit the power grid here somewhere. Glad to see you back. Hope the storm went by. Yeah, the storm is headed that way. It's heading towards Alabama. I'm sorry, Alabama, but you guys can have your turn. I'm sick and tired of storms. Nick Palermo, she had a student visa and crossed by land. Okay, a border crossing by land will also generate an I-94, but it's usually a paper one, not an electronic one. They should have given her an I-94 on a piece of paper. She should have a copy of it. There's going to be a copy of it on file somewhere. Go to the I-94 official website, the Border Patrol website. Joe Atala, what is the percentage of people don't pass the interview? Any idea what is the common reason people fail the interview? Okay, the number one reason for failing the visa interview is mainly income. You don't make enough money and you didn't get a joint sponsor. And that's the main reason. They forget, that's the main reason. Or they have a criminal record. Excuse me. If a sponsor has a felony criminal record, okay, and he or she doesn't disclose it when they fill out the K-1 visa, when it gets to the MVC does a police check on the sponsor. The criminal record, the felony record will then pop up, and USCIS is no longer in the game, okay? It's MVC who's in the game. So the MVC will get this police criminal record, felony charge, and they will look in the K-1 visa package to see if the sponsor disclosed that they had a criminal record. If there's no paperwork in there that says they disclosed the criminal record, the MVC will then mail the K-1 visa package to the embassy, okay? The embassy will get it, look through it, and find the MVC letter in there saying this person has a felony record for whatever and is no longer qualified for the visa. The person, the beneficiary, will then show up to the visa interview, will be taken into a room off to the side, and will be explained to him or her that she doesn't or he doesn't qualify for the visa because your sponsor has a criminal record that was not disclosed when he originally filed the K-1 visa. So income and criminal records are the two reasons, okay? The main ones. So the percentage of people not passing the interview depends by country. It depends. There's no real percentage. I'm going to say that 99% of all K-1 visas get approved at the embassy face to face. At 99%, 1% don't make it. Nick Paloma, what about a denial at port of admission? Is there paperwork for that? If you don't get it, if you're not allowed to enter the United States, the Border Patrol officer just makes a comment in the computer. I don't believe there's any paperwork for it. You're just not allowed in. But I'll investigate that. That's a good question. Francois Livingstone, I strongly believe that the RFE is in regards to the intent to marry letter. Okay. You still worried about that RFE, Francois? Stop worrying about it. Looking over the papers yesterday, not only it wasn't signed by my fiance, but it wasn't translated from Arabic to English. That's your RFE right there. That's it. That's your RFE. Okay. It's got to be signed and it's got to be translated into English. So what are you going to do? How are you going to fix that? How are you going to fix that? You got to tell me how. You're going to, right now, today, get off this live stream. Oh, it's Sunday. Everything's closed. Tomorrow, okay, you're going to get in touch with your fiance and you're going to tell her what went wrong. You need to make her very respectfully sign that letter of intent to get married and get it translated into English, okay, and get it to you in the United States. Because then when that RFE arrives on your doorstep, you're ready for it, okay? You got to be ready for that. Start being proactive, and today, call your fiance and tell her what's up, and then have her sign the letter, get it translated, and get it to you. And I don't know if the Spanish group will translate Arabic. They might. You could contact them and find out. But don't, Francois, what a mess, Diego. But it can be fixed. It's an easy fix. So it's the only thing wrong. So you've identified the problem. How did you identify the problem? How did you know that? Because you watched the channel, right? You're on this channel and you're learning how to do this. Not bad. You did it on your own. You did a good job, Francois. Good job. And unfortunately, this may cause a delay, but an easy fix. It's an easy fix. Yes, it's going to slow down your visa processing. Maybe a month max. But it all depends on how quick you can fix it. Depends on how fast you get in touch with your fiance and get her to sign the letter and get it translated into English. And the Spanish group could probably do it. I think they could do it. And it takes them about 3 days. It's a quick turnaround. It's a 3-day turnaround with the Spanish group. They're a company in California. Highly recommend them. I've been using them for 8 years. Francois, he is going to redo it and sign it, then mail it to me. Okay, you're on top of it. You got it. You're good. But get that translation. Nick Paloma, when is it best to get our bank statements? Here's what I would do. When you know the date of your face-to-face visa interview, okay, that month, get that month's plus 11 back, okay? So let's say, for example, Karina's face-to-face visa interview is December 2023. I will get 12 months worth of bank statements. And if I can get December's, I will, but November back. What Spanish group? Francois. Spanish group is a company. It's a translation company in California that will translate documents in about 3 days. And it's recognized by USCIS as a certified translation company. They will help you. www.spanishgroup.com. Google it. Google it. Bud Garcia, hello, Diego from Washington. When my fiance goes to her interview, will they let her know that she is approved, or will she have to wait to find out? 99% of the time, they'll tell you within 5 to 10 minutes, your fiance will know that day if her visa is approved. They will say yes or no right after the visa interview. And the consular officer will have a big smile on her face and say thank you and shake hands and all that good stuff, right? The same day. But it takes about a week to get the visa put in the passport. So it takes about a week to get the visa in the passport. Let's see. Now, the only time that you won't know if you got the visa approved is if you go into a 221G administrative review. But that's not very often that happens. And that could happen because you didn't bring tax transcripts or you didn't bring financial documents to the visa interview. You don't bring the tax documents, okay? You forget the I-134, then you go on hold. Then you go into a hold pattern. Francois Livingston, wouldn't a local official translation office here in upstate New York suffice? Sure, you can use anybody you want, Francois. If you know of a company in upstate New York that can translate that document for you with an official certification on it, use that company. Nelson Gooden, I used the Spanish group for translation for Portuguese. Very happy with them. Nelson, perfect. I've used the Spanish group for 8 years. Okay. I was in Colombia with Karina, and I got her college degree. I got her college transcripts from Venezuela. I was in Colombia when we got them. So I sent them to the Spanish group via email, and within 3 days, they were translated and sent to me back to my email, where I printed them in Colombia. Took 3 days. Very good service. Amanda Rose B, thank you for all the good info. Diego, you're always a big help to lots of people. Amanda Rose B, thank you for the positive feedback. I love I love positive people, okay? This is a great experience for you guys to be going through this K-1 visa. It builds character also, and it teaches you patience. If you don't learn anything about this whole thing, the thing you will learn is patience, patience, patience. And then when you get married and you start your family and you got your lives going, okay, you got your 2-year probationary green card, please don't forget to lift the conditions on your probationary green card. A lot of folks, they get excited and happy. They're all lovey-dovey and they're in the honeymoon phase of their relationship. And if you forget to lift the 2-year probationary green card, if you don't list the conditions, you get a deportation letter, okay? So listen to me. Once you get married and get your green card, look at the issue date on that green card and make a note of it and put on the calendar somewhere, 3 months before that issue date expires. You have to lift the conditions on that 2-year green card. Nick Palomo, yes, the Spanish group does Arabic. Okay, Nick has just identified the Spanish group as a translation company for Arabic. Francois, this is good. This is a good group. Thank you. We should have a reunion someday for all of us who are going through the journey. Sure, the channel is not going to go away, guys. Every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday, I'll do the YouTube live stream. You know, even when Karina and I have been married for years, and she has her 2-year green card and her 10-year green card as she becomes a citizen, we'll still do the live stream for new people. You know, I don't plan on retiring from doing this. It's a benefit to a lot of folks. Now I might change the days around for the live stream. It depends, you guys. You know, do you like it on Saturday and Sunday? Do you like a Wednesday live stream? Would you prefer it on a different day? You know, this is your channel, guys. Would you prefer it on a Friday, on a Monday? You know, people are kind of down in the dumps on Monday because they're back at work, right? You tell me when you want me to do it. Tejas Weenie Momadi, how many years after getting married do we get our visa? Okay. You mean green card? You get the green card, the 2-year green card. It takes about 6 to 8 months to get the 2-year green card once you adjust the status. If you do it within 90 days, if you get everything done in 90 days, okay, don't forget to include the I-94 form, the marriage certificate, the tax return, only one tax return, your latest one. Let's see here. Wedding photos, honeymoon photos, letters of affidavit from wedding guests. Put a great adjustment of status paperwork together, and you get your green card, maybe 4 months, 6 months, 8 months. It depends on which state you live in. If you live in Nevada, it may take longer to get than if you live in Kentucky. Every immigration office is different and has different processing times. But you don't have to wait years and years and years, Tejawani, for your green card. Okay, you get it within 6 months, let's say. It's not quick, but it is. It's certainly a lot better than having to wait for your fiance to come to America, right? She's going to be with you at your house in the United States, or he. Okay, so that you're going to be together at least with your husband, your wife, whatever. So it's a different waiting time. Yeah, it's not fun to wait for the green card, but at least you guys are together, right? Karina's going to be here waiting for her green card, but that's okay. She'll be busy. I'll keep her busy. She'll find stuff to do. Teach her how to drive. Start studying about our Constitution. Learn about American history. 30 minutes a day. Learn about our history. Start preparing for U.S. citizenship. Don't be proactive. Be continually proactive in this process. And then you become an American citizen. Guess what? Then you can bring your wife's mom to the United States if you want to. You can bring maybe one of her brothers or one of her sisters, but you got to be a U.S. citizen to do that. So yeah, don't worry, Tejawini, you'll get the green card pretty quick. Be patient. That's the favorite word on the channel, right? Be patient. And thanks for everybody's positive feedback. If you are, having a bad day, if you don't feel good about this, if you're stressing out stuff, just send me a message in YouTube. I'll talk to you. Okay. You can't mope around. This process should be a happy experience other than being separated, which is difficult. Okay. So let's suppose you want to get a work permit. You want to get a work permit when you get to America. I don't recommend it. It's a waste of money. But if you decide you want to get a work permit, okay, you're going to need two 2x2 passport photos, Form G1145, which is when you get the text message from immigration. You have to fill out Form I-765. You need to get a copy of your beneficiary's biographic page for passport, a copy of the K-1 visa in the passport, a copy of the I-94, the arrival departure record into the United States, a copy of the marriage certificate, and a copy of the COVID vaccination card and vaccination certificate. Those are the documents you need for a work permit, called an employment authorization document or an EAD. Costs a lot of money. Let's suppose you want to get an advanced parole document. You want to travel without your green card. High risk, but you can do it with an advanced parole document. What do you need? There's a list of stuff here. 2 passport size photos, form G1145. Fill out form I-765. Copy of the biographic page of the passport, copy of the K-1 visa, copy of the I-94 arrival entry into the United States, and certified copy of the marriage certificate and the COVID vaccination stuff. You include both of those forms, those documents, for your work permit and your advanced parole document. It's a lot of money, and by the time you get the work permit and the advanced parole document, boom, there's your green card, and you kick yourself for spending the money because you didn't need it. And immigration's happy because you gave them free money. Okay, let's see here. Joe Atalia. What is the most common questions that come in the visa interview? I want to try to help my fiance get ready for her interview. You're going to travel before her interview day. I made a video, Joe. Look, I don't know if you subscribe to the channel. You don't have to be a subscriber. I never, ever ask you guys to subscribe to this channel. Never. I never ask you to do that. But if you are, look through the videos, and I made a video about the visa interview, questions that come up at the visa interview. I made a video about it. So you can just watch the video. Your fiance can watch the video, watch it 2 or 3 times, and you'll be ready for the visa interview. Jacob Myers, I'm going to put a binder together with each tab with everything you have said to have for the interview. There you go. Good idea. Keep you busy. Stay busy. Stay busy. Zoila Molina, Diego, please can you provide us your email address? Now I've given out my email address. It's on the YouTube channel somewhere. It's in there. But whenever I do, I get these. There's a bunch of people out there. They try to hack my account. I laugh at them. I was a computer savvy tech in the Navy, so not even the Pentagon could hack my email account password. But people try to hack it, and then what they're going to do when they hack it, they'll try to hijack your YouTube channel. So I'm not going to put out my email address here publicly, but if you email me in YouTube, I'll tell you what it is, okay? But I don't hardly use my email at all. You got to have an email account to create a YouTube channel. And that's what I did. I created an email account to create a YouTube channel. But I don't hardly use the email at all. And then there's the hackers. There's the hackers that try to solve the password. And I just shake my head. I don't know. I'll laugh at them. It's entertaining to me. Okay. Let's see. Jacob Myers, do you think the COVID vaccine requirement might go away with the current CDC evolution of the efficiency? I have no idea, Jacob. Here's what I think. The COVID vaccination requirements will go away totally in January 2025 when we know who the president of the United States is. Okay, the president of the United States and the CDC right now are working hand in hand, okay, to create these conditions. New president, different conditions. I can't answer the question. I don't know. I remember when I flew to Bogota, Colombia, on vacation to see Karina. I flew to Bogota. The day I got in Colombia, I got off the plane. The next day, the president signed an executive order basically telling me I couldn't come back to America without a COVID vaccination or a negative COVID test or whatever it was. And that's fine. I mean, he's the president, right? He has that. He can do that. That's his prerogative. But I just stayed in Colombia. I just stayed in Colombia. Let me see here. Bud Garcia, is it good to get a combo card for work and advanced parole? But you can apply for you can do it together with your adjustment of status paperwork. When you apply for the green card, you can also include in there a EAD request and an advanced parole request. But you got to pay for it. It costs a lot of money. Here's what's happening to people. Here's what's happening to those folks who are applying for the work permit and the advanced parole document. The EAD and the advanced parole document is showing up in the mail. And then 2 weeks later, they're getting their green card and their social security number. And they're kicking themselves in the foot saying, why did I pay all this money for the work permit and the advanced parole Well, now I got my green card and my social security number. 2 weeks, 3 weeks later. It's a waste of money. But you can apply for it if you want. That's your decision. Tejawini Mumadi, because they are already checking so much. Okay. Jeff McCoy, how long does NOA2 take from the MVC? Well, okay, how long does it take to get the welcome letter is what you're saying once you get the NOA2 letter. It's about 90 days, 90 to 100 days. And it says it right here on this form. Now, I printed this from the National Visa Center. Okay, this is straight off the State Department information. USCIS can take up to 90 plus days to ship your case to the National Visa Center currently. The National Visa Center is no longer allowing people to call and ask about their case. MVC is only providing case numbers once the case is in transit. The email will be sent to petitioner, but you can submit an inquiry about your case via email. But I don't recommend you do that. Just wait out the 90 days, then wait for the in transit, then wait for the ready status, then start processing the visa. Joe, yeah, probably I watched it. I'll watch your videos. I'll check it again. There you go, Joe. Just watch it. It's easier just to watch a video than to hear me yabbing and talking. Here, anyway. Zoila, will do. Great job. Bees now, should we rely on the MVC timeframes or just sit back and wait? Sit back and wait. Yes, the USCIS Service Center in California is telling people it's taking 16.5 months to process their NOA1 to NOA2. But you know that's not true. You know that the NOA2 letters are getting processed in 12 to 13 months, not 16 and a half months. So you got to ask yourself the question, why did immigration do that? Well, they got sick and tired of people calling, asking about their case. So they blocked people from calling by making the time frame much further out into the future. So now USCIS can concentrate on processing visas and adjudicating your visa, not taking your phone call, telling you, yeah, your visa's in process. Makes sense to me, right, guys? Just got to be patient. JD, big hello from India. Hi, JD, in beautiful India. And thanks a ton for all your super amazing information, Diego. Can you make a video about Mumbai Embassy Consulate? I already did, JD. I made a fantastic video about the U.S. consulate processing time in Mumbai, India. You just got to dig through the videos and you will find it. Most of you guys know that I make a video on every country in the world, just about. I got a few more countries to go here. Okay, let me see which countries I got here. I got a bunch of stuff to do for you guys. You guys are putting me to work, okay? Like I got to make a video about Senegal, Taiwan, Belgium, Oman, and Lebanon I did. I'll do another one on Lebanon. Uganda, Switzerland, Sierra Leone, Burma. Beautiful Burma. Paraguay, Jamaica I already did. Okay, so I got a list of stuff. You guys put me to work. And I don't mind. It's a lot of fun. Jeff McCoy, thanks for the answer. No problem. Antonio, I think each state should have their own visa department. Ooh, that would be a nightmare, Antonio. Yeah, I don't know. Think about it. Each state has their own visa department. Okay, so California is, 20 times bigger than Hawaii. Do you think it will speed up or slow down the process for folks in California? I don't know. Then people are going to be trying to switch service centers. Well, Hawaii has their visa processed in 2 weeks, but California is taking 6 months. I want to switch my service center to Hawaii. I don't know. Jacob, it's a good idea, Antonio, but think it through a little bit. Jacob Myers, I guess I might have missed it, but did you say yes to needing the advanced parole if we had the 2-year green card? No. You don't need the advanced parole if you have the 2-year green card. You can travel on the 2-year green card, but I would get the advanced parole to accompany it just in case you get a consular officer that asks for both. You never know these days with how it works. But here's the deal. When Karina gets to America, she's not going anywhere. until she becomes a citizen of America. Then we're going to travel internationally. But once she gets to America, we're going to hang out in America. We're not going to leave the country. We've got no reason to. We're going to go visit, California, Nevada, Tennessee, Louisiana, Maine. Go check out Maine, different places around the United States. But when she becomes a U.S. citizen and has a U.S. passport, then she has dual citizenship with Venezuela and United States. Then we're going to travel internationally. But for 3 years, and Korean and I have agreed to this. She wants to become acclimatized and become Americanized. And so we got no reason to travel outside of the USA. JD, thank you so much. I will check it out after the live stream. Okay, JD, yeah, it's a good video. It takes me about 5 hours to put a video together, so I get all the information correct. Okay. Emmy Garcia. Hi, Mr. Diego. Hi, Emmy. Hi, Karina. Karina says hi. You guys are my inspiration. I really wait for my NOA 2. My NOA 1 is May 2nd. So I hope next week I have news. Sure. Yeah, this week. Today's Sunday. So in the next 2 weeks, Emmy, you should be getting your NOA 2 letter. Not much longer, guys. Okay, I've been talking for 56 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. I apologize sincerely for the power outage. Okay, I lost power to the house for 15 minutes, and then I got back online, and we continued the live stream. And let's see. There's a question from Mib Woman. Diego, who edits your videos? It's so good. Well, thank you, Mib Woman. I'm the editor of the videos. Okay, I did a course in software. I used to work for a radio station 10 or 12 years ago, and I took some courses on video editing, and so I use video software, and I do everything myself. Okay, every video that you watch is created by Diego for you guys. Francois, you're so funny. You're funny. Oh, it's good to have an entertaining video instead of being bored, right? And I do watch some of these videos about immigration. I'm not bashing anybody else, but I look at them and I'm like, I can do that, but I can do it where it's interesting and not boring, where I don't fall asleep in my chair trying to get information. I'm not bashing anybody else, but if the video is boring, guys, you're going to just switch it off. You're not going to watch it, and you're not going to learn anything. But yeah, I do all the video editing, Mib Woman, by myself, right here on this computer. And it's a lot of fun. So I film it, I edit it, I write it. And James Wright, thanks again for another great live stream. No, you're welcome. Nick Palomo loves the boing at the beginning, the boing. And Mib Woman, so impressive. Well, thanks. I appreciate it. When I was in the Navy, I was programming computers and doing other good stuff. Bud Garcia, I have not seen your spaceship in your videos lately. Okay, Bud, I was waiting for somebody to post that. I was waiting for somebody to tell me, where's the UFO? What happened to the UFO? What happened to the spaceship? So you're paying attention to the videos, Bud Garcia. Guess what? I'm going to reintroduce the spaceship back into the videos because people have been looking for the spaceship and they're like, man, did I miss it? Where'd the spaceship? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I just quit using the spaceship, but I'm going to put the spaceship back in there for you. Let's see. Agreed. Mib Woman says agreed and impressive. And Bud has missed the spaceship. Now I'll make the spaceship real small, so you got to find it. You have to look for it. Okay. So it'll be like just this one right here, except it's in the video. Okay. So I'll make it small, and you're going to have to look for it real carefully. There's the spaceship. JD, hope process becomes fast for India, and as Prime Minister of India, Modi comes to USA visit to make bonding more strong. We love our friends in India. Who it doesn't matter who the president of the United States is. We love the U.S. government. Love the people of India. We love you guys, okay? And we love having you come and live in the United States when you get married to your sponsor. We love that too. And I want to take Karina to see the Taj Mahal. But when she's an American, Mib woman, I'm 30 and I can't do that. Yeah, you can do video editing, Mib woman. Sure you can. Don't say that. Michael Q, when will USCIS start working on their cycle goals for this year? Well, USCIS is processing K1 visas, CL1 visas, IR1 visas, F1 visas, not B2, but they got a whole slew of different visas that they're processing. And so their cycle depends on their workload. But they're processing about 1,300 K1 visas a week, which is pretty quick, which is good. Francois Livingston, right behind you. There you go. Okay, guys, I've been talking for an hour on this live stream, plus whatever I spoke on the other live stream. Oh, there's a question from Mib Woman. Is USCIS processing K1 June cases? Yes, Mib Woman. USCIS is processing June K1 visas. JD, you're welcome, my friend. Anytime you're here, I did visit the Taj Mahal. Very good. Taj Mahal Agra with my fiance already, and a lot of places and more to go. Fantastic. I'm jealous of you, JD. I want to see the Taj Mahal so bad, and the Taj Mahal Agra. And I'll take Karina there in a few years. Mib woman, how many a week? 1,300 K1 visas a week. But probably starting in July, it's going to be 1,400 to 1,500. It's getting faster. Antonio, once the beneficiary becomes an American citizen, they will have to get a U.S. passport. You don't have to. You can become an American citizen. You don't have to get a U.S. passport. But I would. The U.S. passport is very strong if you want to travel. If you become an American citizen and you don't plan on traveling anywhere, you don't need to get a passport. Just stay in America. You don't have to get one. Sharon Persekian. Good morning, Diego. Hi, Sharon. How are you? New folks coming on board. I'm going to keep talking. JD, you can stay on home anytime. Well, thank you, JD, my friend Diego. And I will come and visit one day there soon, too. Come on. We want you to come here to America. But be careful with Florida. This time of the year, it's dangerous with storms and hurricanes and tropical storms and tornadoes. Woof! Summertime in Florida is difficult, to say the least. The best time to come to Florida is end of October, November, December, January, February, March, and April, and May. Those 8 months are good. Sharon Persekian, doing great, waiting patiently. Yeah, be hanging in there, relax and wait. And I've got my list of countries here. I'm going to make a video. I think I'll make a video about Senegal. Okay, Senegal. I promised you guys in Senegal I'd make a video, so I'll make Senegal next, and I'll do that maybe tonight. I'll do it tonight, depending on the weather here. Hopefully the storm doesn't keep knocking out my electricity. So got any more questions for me? Hurry up and wait, says Antonio. Yeah, hurry up and wait, just like in the military. Hurry up and wait. And Karina's watching you guys. She's watching this live stream from her. She has her TV in her workplace, and she can put it on, and it live streams from Colombia. Sharon, can you do one for Nigeria? My fiance lives in Turkey. So if your fiance lives in Turkey, but why would you want me to do one about Nigeria? But I can. I think I did already. I think I made one about Nigeria, and I made one about Turkey already. But yeah, I can check into that. I think I made one about Nigeria. But sure. Mid woman, Diego, you sent four binders to USCIS, and I can only hope my small package is sufficient. Mid woman, remember, I've been through this before, and if you send a small package in, it's fine, so long as you included everything that they wanted. If you included everything required to qualify you for the benefit, you're going to be perfectly fine. I went a little overboard on the text messages from WhatsApp. I printed like a year's worth. I didn't need to do that, but I did it. Hey, I'm paying for this visa, right? Give them something to do. Make them work for it. Nikhil Moda. When does USCIS update the website since things are speeding up now? Once a month, in the middle of the month, is when USCIS update their websites. Once a month in the middle of the month. Sharon Persikian, he's Nigerian. Fantastic. Lovely. Nigeria is a beautiful country, so is Turkey. Turkey is very easy to enter without a visa. Korean and I could probably easily fly to Turkey on vacation without getting a visa to enter Turkey. But, you know, we're just going to wait till she's an American citizen. Francois, got to go, but eternal appreciation for your time and dedication to all of us who are going through this K1 visa process. Okay, Francois, you have a great rest of the Sunday. I appreciate you guys taking your time to sit with Diego. Your time is precious, and it's important that if you're going to be spending time with me, I want to make sure you at least get something out of it, okay? That you learn something new from this process, so you don't stress this process. Don't stress it, okay? James Wright. Hola, Karina. Karina said, we'll see you. Your salutation, James. Sharon, I've made 4 trips to Turkey, had to have a visa. Say, okay, so I'm mistaken. Okay, I thought Turkey was easy to get into. See what I know. Antonio, I'm still freaked out about the electronic signature on that letter of intent to marry. Okay, Antonio, here's the deal. If you get an RFE today or tomorrow, get that letter of intent to get married redone, get it redone and signed in black ink. Get it done, have it sitting at your house. So if you get an RFE for the electronic signature, okay, you can put it in the RFE package and respond to it that same day. Hopefully the post office is open, but I recommend using FedEx or UPS or DHL. Don't freak out about it. Be proactive. Plan ahead in case you get the RFE. Okay? This process shouldn't be scary. This process should be fun. And you shouldn't worry about getting denied. You're not going to get denied if you qualified. If you're qualified, you won't get denied. Antonio, my brother went to Turkey to get a hair transplant. He had to get a visa. Okay, so you need a visa to enter Turkey. So these are for Americans, right? Americans. I'm just going by do what Americans need. When I go to Colombia, I get a 90-day tourist visa stamped in my passport automatically, and then I can get another 90 days, and then I can spend 6 months total in Colombia before I have to leave the country. Blanca Grosling, my fiance is Turkish. You can get a quick electronic visa days before the trip. Okay, so it's electronic. It's quick, and Antonio says it was $20. Okay, well that's good. So it's just a $20 electronic visa. Process it, boom, and then you can enter Turkey. I think they just had a new president, or the same guy just got reelected in Turkey, if I remember. They just had an election. JD, in 2-year conditional green card, can we plan to visit any other country like the UAE, Canada, Japan, or my home country, India, or wait patiently for 2 years? Yeah, JD, you can travel on your 2-year green card, conditional green card, but get that advanced parole document as well and bring them together. You never know what kind of immigration officer you're going to get. You just never know. They might say, okay, you're good on your 2-year. Or you might get somebody that says, okay, you're good on your 2-year, but where's your advanced parole document? You never know. Personally, I'm going to stay with Karina here in America until she becomes a citizen. And then we're going to travel on her U.S. passport. Blanca Grosling, yeah, same guy got reelected. Okay, so the same guy got reelected in Turkey. Okay, that's elections. That's, how we're in a republic. I don't know if Turkey is a democracy, but the United States is a constitutional republic. And that's how it rolls. The people get to pick their leaders. That's how it rolls. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and make something to eat. I want to make some lunch. It's 12:38 Central Time, U.S. time here. And I'll be back on Wednesday at 5 p.m. to continue the chat and the discussion. And I learned some new things today about Turkey. And thanks for watching, guys. This storm is getting pretty intense again here. So I'm going to log out before the power goes out. And then quick question from Sharon. Do you think it's an issue, me being a female and I'm much older than him? No, Sharon. Age is no issue to immigration. All they care about is that you're in a real relationship. It's a real relationship. You guys are loving each other. You want to get married. You want to be together. You're good to go. That's all that matters. And thank you, Bud. You all have a happy Father's Day too. And I will see you on Wednesday, guys.